My grandmother tried to force me into an arranged marriage at 16, so I exposed her entire human trafficking operation. I should have known something was wrong when grandmother Violeta started measuring my hips at breakfast. Not casually, with an actual tape measure while I was trying to eat cereal. 34 inches, she announced to my mother, scribbling notes in her leather book. Perfect breeding proportions. I nearly choked on my Lucky Charms. What's happening? I asked. But Mom just stared into her coffee like it held the secrets of the universe. For 3 months, strange men had been visiting our house. They'd sit in grandmother's parlor, drinking tea while she paraded me around like a show pony. I was told they were business associates, but something about their stares made my skin crawl. The truth hit me when I found the contracts. I was looking for my birth certificate when I discovered grandmother's filing cabinet wasn't locked. Inside were dozens of folders labeled with girls' names, ages, and what looked like invoices. My hands shook as I opened the folder marked Esperanza, age 16. That was me. Esperanza was my real name, though everyone called me Essie. The papers inside made me sick. Medical records I'd never consented to. Photos someone had taken without my knowledge. And worst of all, a signed contract between my grandmother and someone named Dmitry Kozlov for $45,000. I was being sold. The medical records were horrifying. They detailed everything. Confirmation I was still a virgin, fertility assessments, even dental records. At the bottom, in grandmother's handwriting, delivery date, March 15th, payment upon receipt. March 15th was next week. That night, I pretended to have food poisoning and stayed in my room, photographing every document. There were 17 other girls' files. Some I recognized from school. Others were unfamiliar, with notes like deliver to client or payment complete. One file made me physically vomit. A girl named Luna, only 14, with a bright red deceased stamp across her photo. I had stumbled onto something much bigger than an arranged marriage. The next morning, grandmother announced my wedding to the family. Essie will be moving to Eastern Europe next week, she said over pancakes, as casually as discussing the weather. She's marrying a successful businessman who will provide well for her. My father looked confused. Since when? Since it was decided, grandmother cut him off with a look that could freeze hell. I excused myself and called my cousin Ricardo, who was studying criminal justice. When I sent him the photos, his response was immediate. Holy shit, Essie, this is human trafficking. Call the FBI, now. But I couldn't, not yet. Because that afternoon, I overheard grandmother coordinating with someone about other girls being moved the same week. This was happening to others right now. I needed more evidence. For 3 days, I became a spy in my own home. I recorded conversations, photographed visitor license plates, and documented every detail. She had been doing this for years, selling girls from our community to buyers overseas. The breaking point came when I discovered they planned to drug me. She's been asking too many questions, I heard grandmother tell someone. Give her the sedative in her morning orange juice. She'll sleep until Prague. Prague. I was being shipped to Prague like cargo. That night, I created a digital evidence package. Photos, audio recordings, financial records. I uploaded it all to a secure cloud drive and prepared to send it to the FBI, local police, and media outlets. But first, I had one more thing to do. The next morning, grandmother gathered the family for my farewell breakfast. Mom sat crying. Dad looked lost. My little brother Diego kept asking why I had to leave. As grandmother raised her orange juice in a toast to new beginnings, I stood up. Before we toast, I said, pulling out my phone, I have something to share. I hit play on the recording of her discussing my sale price. The room went dead silent. You sick bitch, my father whispered, finally understanding. Grandmother lunged for my phone, but I was faster. I'd already hit send on 18 different emails. Too late, I said. The FBI should be here any minute. And that's when she told me something that made my blood run cold. You stupid girl, she hissed. You have no idea how deep this goes. Your precious family is already on the list. Your mother agreed to this. Your father signed the papers. I couldn't fit what happens next in this short video. Watch the rest down below.